player who I once proclaimed tournament favorite, now not so sure, fighting against Ithrowow, the classic NA Bodvar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fighting against probably the only Lance representative that we're going to see in any of the regions globally.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
Which is exciting.
Cosolix is one of the few Lance masters, and I mean, he's stuck with it through thick and thin.
Yes, absolutely. And it's always a treat to be able to see him play and see how opponents are able to deal with what is basically a unicorn matchup for a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
Neutral air comes out. Cosolix doing a really good job with his own nairs, but that falling Sair. Ithrowow has the ability to match the range of Cosolix here with his hammer. I'm wondering if Cosolix is going to be as liberal with his neutral sigs as he was in previous matches. And
never mind. I mean, if you're going off the top platform, that'll reach so high.
That was a good neutral sig. I will put it that way. He wasn't throwing it out a ton. He used it to kill. He definitely just didn't use it to use it.
Yep.
Nice little side air and then it's like, ooh, that down line. I feel like that should have worked. That was such a great read. But it just, the dodge just, because it was a spot dodge, lasted long enough.
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of stuff that you're going to see out of the hardcore Lance players. And I absolutely love watching Cosolix for that. The difference in this matchup is going to be Ithrowow can get big damage off of single hits, but Cosolix is going to get many more conversions.
Is such a creative way to deal with the neutral sig. He just tossed the sword beneath him to interrupt him as he was rising, so that the neutral sig wouldn't hit. And Ithrowow managed to extend the stock maybe a little bit longer because Cosolix looked like he wanted to go for the finisher there. So much force on the Scarlet. Trying to just jump around, going for these unarmed recoveries. Picks up the lance. Nice little nair. No side air connects. And Ithrowow can't find this finisher. But if we know anything about Ithrowow, it doesn't really matter how much damage he's taken. It just matters what stock he's at.
Oh, yeah. I mean, because he can just close
it out.
Of
course, if there's a 2-stock difference, it starts to get a little dicey. But
it's all right. He's working to cut this one down.
Yes.
You know, he's got a ton of damage onto Cosolix. Look at that defensive weapon throw. Absolutely
That's probably
perfect.
as close as it could hit. If you throw the weapon too close, it goes straight through your opponent.
Yeah.
Excellent nair finisher from Ithrowow. Evens up 2-2. Cosolix not finding as many of the kill options as he's found in previous matches. One neutrally connected. Can he make another one work? Yes. Yes, he can. Absolutely can.
Oh, yeah. Send Ithrowow up off the top. He's got a full stock lead now. Ithrowow quick to arm up, back with the hammer. He's got the similar range, but he's looking for just chunky single hits.
And it's so much fun to watch a practice Lance player play different parts of the game. Because it almost feels like, depending on the percent of their opponent, determines how they're going to play with their weapon.
Yeah.
And I guess that happens to a lot of players. Oh, wow, Ithrowow. With
these
the
hammer strings,
toss.
man. I tell you. He hit the like modified Russian Mafia.
Yeah.
It was that stomp into the recovery, chase dodge down into a down air, send him up,
and then a weapon toss for extra damage.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh no! He went right above it, and Cosolix was just slide charging, waiting for it.
Are you ready for this neutral sig montage?
Oh my gosh! The Cosolix.
Yes, the Cosolix is coming up. Here it is. So this was actually really sick because Ithrowow goes for a full recovery above.
Yeah, this happened so early.
And a dodge is. I'm not sure if a dodge is back yet. I think the dodge may have just barely been off cooldown.
Oh, man.
But I'm not sure. Either way, it hit him at the very edge of that. Sliding with the neutral stick to be able to get the KO off the top.
Yeah, reversing to cover that wall.
Ithrowow is like, you know what, I don't like that matchup. He switches over to... Honestly, this has been the skin of the day.
The Shin Sakai Koji.
Different color palette every time, which I'm excited about. Because it kind of shows off how awesome.
I mean, it's really cool. You know, it's all... digital.
I can't wait to take advantage of the first Blue Mammoth coin sale of all time later today and get that skin.
Oh, yeah. Hop on, grab those coins, grab the cool skins, your favorite player. Try and emulate them.
Oh, no. Neutral stick opens up with a nice neutral stick.
Cosolix using that movement. I mean, he's one of the few players that just constantly dash dances.
Yeah.
He is one of the best at it.
In fact, I don't even know if it's like... I've always had this conundrum when I watch Cosolix play, because nobody else does it. And in theory, to me, it doesn't seem like it's a very good thing to do, because it can sometimes lock you into your movement. But he doesn't get punished for it, and he wins while doing it. So I don't know how I feel about it. But I do like that he does it, because it shows a different playstyle than anybody else.
Yeah. Whoa!
Perfect that spot dodge.
Spot dodge.
That downside was a little close, too. Ithrowow definitely playing with fire here, but it works out. He's expecting the signatures coming out from Cosolix, dodging in place, and promptly punishing them.
All right, Ithrowow getting something to start with the sword. No, Cosolix arming up with the lance.
Oh! down
wow.
sig, hits him with the steam at the very edge, tries to go for it again, but a little bit too low. Ithrowow definitely recovering higher that time after he got punched by that signature the first time. Recovery comes out, is not quite hit. Cosolix looking for that pivot in air, trying to get him at the edge of the flames. Spot dodges in place and just jumps into a gravity cancel neutral light. Ithrowow doing a great job of being able to rack up damage and take this lead here on the Koji switch.
Ooh, Cosolix does find that hammer. It's got all those incredibly strong signatures that you need to watch out for, but the scoop is all it needs.
That seems to be Cosolix's, like, okay, you're way past kill percent move to kill with. We saw that earlier too. He hit with the down air on the stage, where it's just kind of like, okay, none of my plans worked. I'm just going to finish the stock off with this move because it's reliable and I don't have to do anything to set it up. And he goes off stage, and it's looking a little similar to what happened with Crocky. Ooh, I like that recovery let go so early that when Ithrowow went to punish it, he instead just hit him, still managed to get back to the stage, dashed back, tried to go for a nair to punish. Ithrowow, however, doesn't return anything to that whiff move. And even in the air, he kind of emulates that dash back play.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
With a dodge back instead.
I think it's got to be something to do with how he wants to play Lance. You know, it's got a lot of that forward movement on its main combo starter.
It kind of makes up for the dash
leg.
back, doesn't it?
Exactly.
That's an excellent point.
And since it is one of the slower weapons, you know, a lot of its attacks take time to start up. Oh my gosh, Ithrowow taking the lead for the first time this set.
D-Light recovery does it, and Cosolix seems to be getting punished for the movement. And that's a little bit of what I was talking about earlier. I think the switch to bow is really making the difference, because even if you dash back, the dash back isn't like infinite range.
Right.
And a bow downlight will just catch you in the middle of that.
Definitely.
As opposed to a hammer, which kind of expects, it needs you to be in a place.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we've said diagonal attacks are often what Lance has the most trouble dealing with, and bow is one of those weapons that just has a ton of those.
Papatos comes down. Oh, I like that. He was expecting Cosolix to land on the ground, but Cosolix just jumped and picked it up. And Ithrowow is showing that he knows how to deal with these signatures now. He was sick of getting hit by them. He just dodges in place. It doesn't work. Yes, it has a huge range of things that can hit, but it doesn't last forever.
Yeah. Oh, wow, just enough. That was so efficient on that final kill.
703 damage taken.
Wow. So the last kill, crazy efficient, but we saw deep in the barbecue on both the first and second
I didn't realize he was that
stocks.
The game wasn't that long.
No.
I did not realize he was getting hit that much. How was he living that long? That's incredible. Imagine if he was on Roland. It would have been like 900.
Oh my gosh.
3, 2, 1.
We don't have the legend swap. Okay.
No legend swap, but we are going to Mammoth Fortress. A lot more room, larger walls to kind of escape to, recover to.
And some platform shenanigans, depending on what it's... depending on how the fortress is feeling at the time.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw Cosolix use that neutral signature up on the platform for an incredibly early kill.
And that killed it like orange.
Yeah. So let's hope Ithrowow doesn't get caught out by any of those.
To be the weapon to play against Cosolix. That's what I'm noticing. Because that's the matchup that he lost against Simba. The exact same legend, actually. Now that I think about it. And Bo seems to be doing so well against his playstyle. Because he can just reach in, like, the dash back, he just downlighted it with the bow, like I was talking about. Because a dash back isn't a dodge back. You can't, like, you're not avoiding damage, you're just moving. So Cosolix is really getting called out for his playstyle here, and it's working really effectively. Ithrowow is just kind of like, okay, if you're going to play like that and not change, I am going to do something about it. And still dashing back and forward, and Ithrowow just waits for it to finish, and it hits him where he lands. Down sig that time, a little too high.
Just a little too high.
That time, Cosolix made a mix-up. He dashed back and then jumped forward, caught him out of the downlight, and then made an adjustment. I liked that. I'm enjoying the adaptation that we're seeing, and maybe that's why Cosolix decided not to switch legends. But a D-Light recovery evens things up really quickly. Even though Cosolix took the first stock, it's still a dead-even game, and it still felt like Ithrowow was in control most of that first stock.
He didn't really get caught out by anything, and it was just, you can see the clear moments where he's thinking of the answers.
So we got the hammer already. Started up. Waits out that side light all the way. D-Light side air sends him off stage, and that recovery option with the hammer not so great, but the ground pound a little premature. Weapon toss goes aside, and Cosolix now has his favorite weapon of choice. No nairs connecting, though. Ithrowow being really respectful. And these spot dodges are just doing so good at avoiding the stacked hitboxes of the Lance side air or side light.
Oh, yeah.
There's one side that finally connects, though. In the ground pound, too low.
Oh, my gosh, the double.
And a well-deserved punish, too. That ground pound was incredibly greedy, and even if it connected one of the spell to death, and Lance, yes, it reaches very far with its recovery, but what an amazing down air punish from Ithrow. Back-to-back, Cosolix had no choice but to fall to his death there, and now it's looking like he's going to be going from a position to where he could have gotten into top 3 and being knocked out here in loser's top 8. Ithrow putting on the hurt to Cosolix here in game number 3.
Yeah, I mean, Cosolix, he's got to find an answer, and he needs to find it fast, because Ithrow is just running away with this one, pouring on the damage. He's already got him deep in the orange, and he's got the extra stock to work with, too.
Soundset comes out, but he doesn't pivot it. Ithrow goes for that ground pound around, and he could do that because of this extra stock that he has to work with. Dashes back, immediately punished by that falling side air. Ooh, silent stare. That'll do it. Cosolix not too far behind, and if he finds a crazy early KOs on the platform, it's about to rise again on the right side. He can definitely get something started. I'd like to see him mix up the movement. Maybe not dash back and forth as much as he is doing right now, because Ithrow is just waiting for him to do that so that he can find something. Oh no, that weapon toss missed, and he wasn't expecting that.
There's the start of the string. Get that damage.
Nair comes out. Another Nair trying to get the weapon toss, but it goes a little bit too far. But that satellite goes for the gravity cancel neutral sleep, but in the wrong direction. But the Nair hits 2 Nairs in a row. 3 does not quite hit, and Cosolix is running away with the sideline stare, sends Ithrow into the red. He's so close to kill percent. Down 6 can be covered out here. There's 1. The steam does not hit. He dodges through the Nair. Cosolix trying to find the neutral sig. No, just jumps for a stare. Doesn't get punished. There's 1 down here. Cosolix picks up another lance. Maybe he's expecting the hammer. Maybe he forgot that he primed the lance. Sider comes out. Doesn't punish because he falls down with the side stick he thought he was riding onto the platform. That gravity cancel sidelight out of the dodge. Weapon toss in the stare.
Wow.
So rare to see Cosolix choose those kind of options here. He's definitely trying to get everything that he can.
Uh-oh, the side air. That's going to do it.
Wow.
Scarlet Strength showing up in that final stock. Cosolix landing some key strings, pushing Ithrow deep into the red so early.
And it all started off of Cosolix avoiding the weapon toss from Ithrow, and then when the weapon was gone and he was disarmed, he got 1 dodge read, and it just went from white to red so quickly. Right here, we're going to see Cosolix going back, and there's the sidelight stare. Ithrow using the attack into the ground, landing with the attack on accident, and just couldn't do anything about it.